Hey Glam Squad, it's Glamour Girl, and you know what time it is. It's time for gossip, girl. I know it's been a minute since my last video. I'll get to that in another video because I don't got time for that in this video because I got so much to say about Safaree and Nicki. Like, girl, shit's blowing up. And I know I look crazy, but I was just in the ER last night. I feel like shit. But like I said, shit's crazy. Tea is too good for me not to share with y'all. Like, I gotta share this lip tint with y'all, you know? So I know if the barbs get to this video, they're gonna talk cash money shit about me, but it's okay. At least you watched it. Go ahead and subscribe too while you at it. Ow. But so Nicki had this interview and she, you know, was talking about she was talking about Safaree and talking about his hairline and how him and Tiger went to the same doctor to get their hairline and how he was using her credit cards to buy prostitutes and blase. Just, I mean, she was talking all this cash money shit about this man, right? So he finally got on the internet and fucking defended himself. And he was like, girl, you don't remember that time you cut me and almost died and then I had to cover for you so they didn't take you to jail? You don't remember that, girl? You don't remember that? Okay. Like, girl, I just think it's so whack that she brought that shit up. Especially his hairline, because it's like, girl, I'm not gonna say she was surgery shaming him because he didn't have a surgery. But it's like, after he broke up with you, well, not after y'all broke up, because I don't know who broke up with who. We wasn't there. Anyways, after y'all broke up, he could have aired out everything. Like, he could have, but he didn't. He minded his motherfucking business, you know? But so why you gonna come out here and make him feel bad for doing something that made him feel good? Because he didn't come out and talk cash money shit about you, making about, you know, all the surgeries you had to make yourself feel good. He didn't say nothing about that. He didn't say nothing about your body built by Build-A-Bear, girl. He didn't say nothing about that, okay? So you raggedy as fuck for coming to say that, and you raggedy as fuck for bringing Tiger's ass into it, even though he like fucking on little kids, you know? Because Tiger was like, what I got to do with this? You know, I'm finally out the motherfucking media hurricane after being with the motherfucking Kardashians. Like, let me just enjoy my life and my kids in peace, you know? Like, he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what the fuck too? But anyways, moving on, like, all the barbs on social media were like, Safaree is just bitter, he needs to stop talking about her, blah 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 blah. And honestly, I've never really heard him talk about her. The only time I've ever heard him talk about Nicki in interviews and stuff like that is when he started asking for his royalties for helping her with her career. And the barbs, of course, when did he help her with her career? Let's go back 4 years to when they broke up. 4.5 years ago, her music was still good as fuck. She was still, you know, holding her own with these niggas. She was, you know, top caliber, you know? But year after year, the farther we get away from that relationship, it just gets worse and worse. And at this point in 2018, you know, I'm surprised by a good verse. Not even a good verse. I'm surprised by an okay verse from Nicki, you know? And that's sad because I used to stand for her ass. Like, I used to call myself a Harajuku Barbie, okay? Like, I used to love her ass. So it is so crazy to me that now in 2018, I am stunned when I get a okay verse from her, you know? So it's crazy. And honestly, I feel that he did contribute. I feel that he was writing her verses, and there's another video that I have where I said that I feel like he was writing her verses because they've just gotten so subpar since they broke up. But not only that, if you go and listen to his music sounds like her music. It's just she has a better way of delivering it, you know? But anywho, that's the only thing I've ever heard, you know? And even if he didn't write the music and he was just like, oh, you know, maybe you should tweak this and maybe you should say that, that's still contributing. That's still being a contributor to a album. There are people that are contributed on albums who do less than that. So the fact that you didn't contribute him at all was taking advantage of the relationship that y'all had and was whack as fuck, you know? So, and even if he never gave you any ideas or material for your music, he was helping you promote that shit. He was your backup dancer, girl. He was your lover and your secretary, girl, working every day of the week, you know? So would you have the success that you do if he wasn't, you know, being your biggest cheerleader? So you can't even appreciate that shit. You gonna sit here and drag that nigga, and you gonna let your fans drag that nigga. Like, he can't breathe. He can't do nothing. He can't go get him a check from Mona Scott. He can't run and get another check from Mona Scott, because every time he does anything, releases a new album, releases his coconut oil, anything, the bars want to sit there and drag him and drag him and drag him and drag him. And then they just sit there and laugh anytime anything bad happens to him. Like when he said he was robbed at gunpoint and sat there and cried on the radio. Like, they sat there and laughed at that nigga. Like, that man can't live his best life because your fans are fucking rude and you encourage them to be rude as shit. Like, it don't make no goddamn sense. Hell. And then the only other thing I've ever heard him say, and he had, okay, pause. He had to go work for Mona because he didn't have no motherfucking money, because you didn't fucking give him his royalties for the shit that he helped you with in your career. But anyways, moving on. The only other thing I've ever heard him say about Nicki is, you know, saying, you know, I fucked up, I cheated, but you know what? She was messing with Meek way before we broke up. She didn't admit it in songs. He didn't admit it. I feel like Meek didn't said it. So it's just like, they both did their dirt, you know? But you wanna know what makes me so pissed off? Like, they both did their dirt. They both even admitted to doing their dirt. But don't nobody have the same energy for Nicki that they have for Safaree. Like, everybody makes Safaree the bad guy, when it's just like, she's just as guilty in this relationship that they had, you know? Like, because people are like, oh, well, he was hitting on her. Okay, the only thing I ever heard was him hitting her with that suitcase. That's the only thing I ever heard. But if he was putting speed knocks on her motherfucking head, he wrong for that shit. But if y'all mad at him for knocking her upside her head, y'all can be mad at her for slicing and dicing that nigga like he was a motherfucking, you know, pineapple or something. Like, all that wasn't necessary. You know? Like, all that is not necessary. And he was like, so, I mean, why are you bringing me up damn near 5 years after our breakup, girl? Like, is the album really struggling like that? And it makes you stop and think, like, is it? Because I saw a Lil' Kim fan post that Lil' Kim's debut album that came out 22 years ago in 1996 is charting higher than Queen is right now. Nicki Minaj's first project in 4 years. Like, how does that happen? So it just makes me question the barbs. Like, are y'all really like stans? Are y'all just her internet mafia? Because y'all always ready to drag somebody. Y'all always ready and willing to, you know, call somebody out their name. Y'all always willing to, you know, threaten to kill somebody. But are y'all willing to buy the album? Because it don't make no sense that an album from 1996 is charting higher than her album that just debuted fucking like last Friday. You know, it doesn't make no sense. It doesn't. It just doesn't. So it makes you wonder. But then it also makes you wonder, like, honestly, Nicki has been losing her mind for like the past 18 months. And in all honesty, if I can be real with y'all, I really think it's because of Cardi. Like, Cardi got her pressed. If you really think about it, like, she's really been with the shenanigans, with the antics since Cardi came out, you know? Because all the rest of the female rappers that have been out, they were kind of like one-hit wonders. Like, they had their hit, they had their little success, but then, you know, they fell off. But Cardi, she had her success, and then she had her next success, and her next success, and then she dropped the album, and it was huge. Like, and in all honesty, if Cardi wouldn't have gotten pregnant, like, she would still have her motherfucking her motherfucking foot on Nicki's neck. Like, good God, you better be glad that bitch is fertile, and Offset got her pregnant, girl. Like, my God. And it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like, how do you let somebody who's so new in the industry make you forget who the fuck you are? Like, regardless of how I feel about Nicki, regardless about how you feel about Nicki, if you love her, if you hate her, if you're indifferent, she has had influence on the game. She has had influence on the culture. She has had influence on pop culture in general, you know? So it's like, how can you make somebody so new forget who you are? Like you haven't sold out war tours. Like, you haven't collaborated and performed with Beyonce. Like, you haven't been a judge on American Idol. Like, how do you make somebody that brand new make you forget who the fuck you are? Like, because you acting like you don't know that you Nicki Minaj right now. Like, that's how you acting. You acting real insecure right now. That's how you acting, girl. But, you know, I said what I said. I did what I did. I know the barbs are gonna drag me, but it's okay. At least you watch. Like I said, subscribe before you talk shit, okay? do that. And you know what? You can follow me on Instagram at Gorgeous Glamour, and you can follow me on Twitter at Glamour Girl before you talk shit too. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know how you feel. Like, are you Team Nicki all the way? Do you think like Safaree is completely wrong, or are you like, girl, so Nicki, you got problems with everybody. You got problems with artists, you got problems with reality stars, you got problems with DJs, you got problems with... Sorry y'all, my video cut off, but real quick, yeah, like, so let me know if you feel like it's on Nicki. Like, girl, you got problems with reality stars, you got problems with other artists in the industry, you got problems with DJs, you got problems with radio hosts. Like, after a while, and we run out of fingers on hands to count, it's you, girl. So let me know if you feel it's Nicki's fault. Let me know if you feel it's Safaree's fault. Give me your info. But subscribe before you give me your info, especially if you're gonna talk some shit. But anyways, like I said, follow me on Instagram at Gorgeous Glamour. Follow me on Twitter at Glamour Girl. I will see you, Glam Squad, in my next video. My next video will explain to you where I've been and where I've been gone. I love you guys so much. Bye.